What an incredible find as they continue to mine data for a 5-year study that was conducted called the VITAL study. In this discovery, what they found out from vitamin D when consumed at 2,000 IUs per day basically mitigated, I should say, telomere aging when consumed for 4 years. When vitamin D, 2,000 IUs consumed for 4 years, mitigated the effect of telomere aging by 3 years. Now, of course, there's a wide spectrum of other elements involved in aging, so I don't want to postulate taking vitamin D will make a 100-year-old individual look like a 25-year-old individual, but this is sure darn helpful. So here we have the bar chart conducted by Gemini Advanced, Python, Jupyter, and I. With that in mind, let's get right into the study as follows. Now, keep in mind, we're looking at more than just telomere shortening. What we're also going to be looking at in regard to vitamin D at the end is some of the other discoveries in regard to C-reactive proteins, autoimmune diseases, so on and so forth. And it'll be real brief, but we'll get an idea. To proceed as follows. Vitamin D supplements shows signs of protection against biological aging. Telomeres are made of repeating sequences of DNA, or base pairs. So when you look at that bar chart, CBP, that's base pairs, that prevent chromosome ends from degrading or fusing with other chromosomes. Telomere shortening is a natural part of aging and is associated with increased risk of various age-related diseases. Henceforth, 3 years mitigation of aging telomeres or 4 years, strong positive. A few short-term small-scale studies have suggested that vitamin D or omega-3 fatty acid supplementation may help support telomeres, but results have been inconsistent. VITAL is a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled trial of vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. 1 gram a day, 2,000 IUs of vitamin D. Supplementation that tracked U.S. females aged 55 and older and males aged 50 years and older for 5 years. The VITAL telomere sub-study, which is a large study, I think it's like 25,000 people plus, but this subsection of 1,054 of the participants whose telomere length in white blood cells was assessed at baseline and at year 2 and year 4. Henceforth, 3 years mitigation or shortening over 4 years, although being a 5-year study. Compared with taking placebo, taking vitamin D3 supplements significantly reduced telomere shortening when consumed over 4 years, preventing the equivalent of nearly 3 years of aging compared with placebo. I know I changed the language a little bit. Omega-3 fatty acid supplementation had no significant effect on telomere length throughout the follow-up. Does not mean that omega-3s in larger dosages or other areas doesn't yield tremendous benefits as we reviewed before. But in this case, in regard to telomeres, this is where vitamin D really began to shine. Now, let's go to the end and look at some of the other things that were mined from the VITAL study that was not presented in the first part. But here we go. Moreover, supplementation, we're going to the full study now. Moreover, supplementation with vitamin D with or without omega-3s for 5 years, marine omega-3s, reduced all incidents of autoimmune disease by 22%. That's big news on its own. Whereas omega-3 fatty acid supplementation with or without vitamin D reduced autoimmune disease by about 15%. Furthermore, our VITAL ancillary study found that vitamin D supplementation with or without omega-3 decreased circulating high sensitivity C-reactive protein concentrations by 19%. Now, what was not covered in that one paragraph, let us proceed to the bar chart as follows. Look at the advanced cancer rates right there, reducing by 17%. So you have 17% for advanced cancers, 22% for autoimmune, and of course 19% for C-reactive protein. And that makes vitamin D truly, truly shine, which is apropos being the sunshine vitamin. No pun intended. All right, here we go. Gratitude to the researchers in regard to reviewing and mining the data from the VITAL study. Incredibly useful for everyone across the globe. I am humble you watch and look forward to see what you and I both share next week. All right, I'll catch you all next time. See you then. Bye.